Hello and welcome to the session on Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution law. For an isolated system, the total energy is a constant. But due to collisions and mutual interactions among the particles, distribution of particles among the available energy states will be different in different energy states. Suppose there is a system consisting of n particles. Depending on the available energy states, they are distributed as n1, n2, n3, etc. in different energy states. But due to mutual interaction, this distribution of particles will be changing with time. For each macroscopic state of a system of particles, there is a particular distribution which is more favored than any other type. For the given physical conditions, like the number of particles, the total energy and the structure of each particle of the system, there is a most probable distribution. When this distribution or partition is attained, the system is said to be in statistical equilibrium. If no external force acts on a system in statistical equilibrium, there will not be any change in the most probable distribution except for some statistical fluctuations. Let us find an expression for the most probable distribution. Derivation. Consider a system consisting of large number of particles or molecules which are identical and distinguishable and enclosed in a vessel of constant volume. We have to choose a suitable ensemble of similar systems and study their behavior in order to get information about the most probable behavior of the system. Microcanonical ensemble is suitable for such a system because the energy is constant. We cannot specify exactly the energy of a system, but we can specify that the energy is within some narrow range between E and E plus delta E. The points representing the systems are distributed uniformly through a thin shell lying between the two surfaces of constant energies E and E plus delta E in the mu space as shown in figure. When delta E tends to 0, this uniformity of distribution is not disturbed and the energy of the system becomes the constant value E. The probability omega of finding the n1 molecules in the first cell, n2 molecules in the second cell and so on, ni molecules in the ith cell is given by omega is equal to n factorial divided by n1 factorial into n2 factorial into etc. into ni factorial, or omega is equal to n factorial divided by product ni factorial. Let it be equation number 1. We have to find the most probable distribution of molecules among the cells in the mu space. For this, we should calculate the maximum of the probability omega for a variation of the number n1, n2, n3, etc., assuming the laws of statistical mechanics. n1 plus n2 plus n3 plus etc. plus nk is equal to summation ni, which is equal to n, is a constant. Taking logarithm of omega given in equation 1, log omega is equal to log n factorial minus summation I log ni factorial. Let it be equation number 2. Using Stirling's approximation, log n factorial is equal to n into log n minus n and log ni factorial is equal to ni into log ni minus ni. Substituting in equation 2, log omega is equal to n into log n minus summation I ni into log ni minus ni. Let it be equation number 3. Summation over I ni is equal to n. Also, n into log n is a constant. Differentiating equation 3, delta n is equal to 0, delta of summation over I ni is equal to delta n, which is equal to 0. Delta into log omega is equal to minus of summation over I delta into ni log ni is equal to minus of summation over I ni into 1 by ni into delta ni plus log ni into delta ni. Delta log omega is equal to minus of summation over I log ni into delta ni. Let it be equation number 4. Since summation over I delta ni is equal to 0. The condition for maximum probability is delta log omega is equal to 0. So, summation over I log ni into delta ni is equal to 0. Let it be equation number 5. The total number of molecules is a constant and hence the change in total number should be 0. That is, summation over I ni is equal to n is equal to a constant. Summation over I delta ni is equal to delta n is equal to 0. Let it be equation number 6. Let the number of molecules in the energy states epsilon 1, epsilon 2, epsilon 3, etc. be n1, n2, n3, etc. respectively. Then n1 into epsilon 1 plus n2 into epsilon 2 plus n3 into epsilon 3 plus etc. plus ni into epsilon I is equal to E. Summation over I ni epsilon I is equal to E. Delta E is equal to summation over I epsilon I delta ni is equal to 0. Let it be equation number 7. Equations 5, 6 and 7 are independent of each other, but they must be satisfied at the same time. To satisfy these conditions, Lagrange method of undetermined multipliers can be applied. According to this method, the three equations must be multiplied by some unknown constants and added to get a general equation. Multiplying equation 6 by alpha, equation 7 by beta and adding the sum to equation 5, we get summation over I log ni plus alpha plus beta epsilon I into delta ni is equal to 0. Let it be equation number 8. Equation 8 will be satisfied only when each term in this sum is separately 0. Log ni plus alpha plus beta into epsilon I is equal to 0. Log ni is equal to negative of alpha plus beta epsilon I. Ni is equal to e raised to minus of alpha plus beta epsilon I. Let it be equation number 10. Ni is equal to 1 divided by e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I. Let it be equation number 11. This equation is known as Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution law or Boltzmann's canonical distribution law. N is equal to summation over I ni, which is equal to summation over I e raised to alpha into e raised to minus beta epsilon I. Let Z is equal to summation over I e raised to minus of beta epsilon I. This sum was first introduced by Boltzmann and called it Zestan sum, which means sum over states. So it is denoted by Z and is called the partition function. Then n is equal to e raised to minus alpha into Z. Let it be equation number 12. E raised to minus alpha is equal to n divided by Z. Let us introduce a constant a where a is equal to e raised to minus alpha. Then equation 10 can be written as ni is equal to a into e raised to minus beta epsilon I. Let it be equation number 13. The distribution of the number of particles in various energy states is given by the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution formula. From equation 10, it can be seen that the number of particles in a cell decreases exponentially with the increase in energy epsilon I as shown in figure of that cell. Hence, the particles in the lower energy state will be larger than that in the higher energy states. The cell with energy epsilon is equal to 0 will have the maximum number of particles. Evaluation of the constant A. From equation 13, we have ni is equal to a into e raised to minus beta epsilon I. The total number of particles n is equal to summation over I ni, which is equal to a into summation over I e raised to minus beta epsilon I minus a into z. Let it be equation number 14, where z is called the partition function of sum of states. From equation 14, a is equal to n divided by z. Let it be equation number 15. Substituting the value of a in equation 13, ni is equal to n divided by z into e raised to minus beta epsilon I. Let it be equation number 16. The exponential factor e raised to minus beta epsilon I is called the Boltzmann factor. Evaluation of the parameter beta. Let us assume that a small amount of heat dq is added to the system at constant volume. Some of the particles or molecules move from the lower energy states to higher energy stage. According to the second law of thermodynamics, the increase in the internal energy of the system at constant volume is delta E is equal to dq, which is equal to T into ds. Let it be equation number 17. But delta E is equal to epsilon 1 into dn1 plus epsilon 2 into dn2 plus epsilon 3 into dn3 plus etc. is equal to summation epsilon I dni. Let it be equation number 18. Boltzmann's entropy relation is S is equal to K into log to the base E omega. ds is equal to K into d of log to the base E omega. Let it be equation number 19. But from equation 4, d into log to the base E omega is equal to minus of summation over I log ni delta ni. Let it be equation number 20. Hence, ds is equal to minus K into summation over I log to the base E ni dni. Let it be equation number 21. But ni is equal to e raised to minus beta epsilon I. Substituting for ni in equation 21, ds is equal to minus k into summation over I log to the base E a into e raised to minus beta epsilon I dni, which is equal to minus k into summation over I log to the base E a minus beta epsilon I dni, which is equal to minus k into summation over I log to the base E a dni plus k into beta into summation over I epsilon I dni, which is equal to minus k into log to the base E a into summation over I dni plus k into beta into summation over I epsilon I dni. That is, ds is equal to k into beta into summation over I epsilon I dni, because summation over I dni is equal to 0. But summation over I epsilon I dni is equal to delta E. Therefore, ds is equal to k into beta into delta E. That is, delta E is equal to 1 divided by k into beta into ds. Let it be equation number 22. Comparing equation 17 and 22. T into ds is equal to 1 divided by k into beta ds. Beta is equal to 1 divided by k into T, where k is the Boltzmann constant and T is the absolute temperature of the system. The number of particles in the cell of energy epsilon I can be written as Ni is equal to A into e raised to minus epsilon I divided by kT. Probability. The probability of finding the particle in the energy state epsilon I is P of epsilon I is equal to Ni divided by N is equal to A divided by N into e raised to minus epsilon I divided by k into T. But A divided by N is equal to 1 divided by summation e raised to minus epsilon I divided by k into T from equation 14. P of epsilon I is equal to e raised to minus epsilon I divided by k into T divided by summation e raised to minus epsilon I divided by k into T. Relative probability. Let the probabilities of occupying the two energy states epsilon 1 and epsilon 2 at absolute temperature T into K be P1 and P2 respectively. Then the relative probability R is equal to P1 divided by P2, which is equal to e raised to minus epsilon 1 divided by k into T divided by e raised to minus epsilon 2 divided by k into T, which is equal to e raised to minus of epsilon 1 minus epsilon 2 divided by k into T. Problem. Two states with energy difference 4.83 into 10 raised to minus 21 joule occur with relative probability E square. Calculate the temperature. Given K is equal to 1.38 into 10 raised to minus 23 joule per Kelvin. Answer. Relative probability R is equal to P1 divided by P2, which is equal to E square. Boltzmann's constant K is equal to 1.38 into 10 raised to minus 23 joules per Kelvin. Energy difference epsilon 2 minus epsilon 1 is equal to 4.83 into 10 raised to minus 21 joule. R is equal to e raised to epsilon 2 minus epsilon 1 divided by k into t. E square is equal to e raised to 4.83 into 10 raised to minus 21 divided by 1.38 into 10 raised to minus 23 into t. 2 is equal to 4.83 into 10 raised to minus 21 divided by 1.38 into 10 raised to minus 23 into t. T is equal to 4.83 into 10 raised to minus 21 divided by 1.38 into 10 raised to minus 23 into 2 is equal to 175 Kelvin. Limitations of Maxwell-Boltzmann's method. 1. We can apply this method to an isolated gas of identical molecules in equilibrium, but the following conditions should be satisfied. First one, the number of particles per unit volume is small so that the average separation between the molecules is large, and then it is possible to distinguish the molecules. For this, we should have a dilute gas. Second one, the mean potential energy due to intermolecular force of attraction is considered to be very small compared to their mean kinetic energy. So, the gas should be ideal. 2. This method cannot be applied to a system of indistinguishable particles. 3. The expression for entropy derived using this method does not satisfy the third law of thermodynamics. 4. This method cannot be applied to explain the properties of black body radiation. Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. Consider a system consisting of a large number of particles which are identical and distinguishable. Identical particle means particles having the same structure and composition. Example, an ideal gas taken in a vessel of volume V. The particles or molecules in the gas are in random motion. They move on possible directions with all possible velocities, collide each other and with the walls of the vessel. The collisions are considered to be elastic, but during each collision the energy and momentum of each particle change. The change in momentum and energy is continuous, but total energy of the system remains constant. Let n1, n2, n3, etc., ni, etc. be the number of particles in the energy levels epsilon 1, epsilon 2, epsilon 3, etc., epsilon I, etc. The total number of particles and total energy of the system are constants. So, n1 plus n2 plus n3 plus etc. plus ni plus etc. is equal to summation ni, which is equal to n, is equal to a constant. Let it be equation number 1. n1 into epsilon 1 plus n2 into epsilon 2 plus n3 into epsilon 3 plus etc. plus ni into epsilon I plus etc. is equal to summation ni epsilon I, which is equal to E, is equal to a constant. Let it be equation number 2. Let us consider a group of adjacent cells in the phase space. Such a group is called a zone of cells. The cells are of equal size. So, the size of a zone is proportional to the number of cells in it. Let Gi be the number of cells in a zone. Then the probability of finding particle in the zone will be proportional to Gi and is called a priori probability for the zone. It is also called the degeneracy of the ith energy group having energy epsilon I. Consider any one of the particles having energy epsilon I. This particle can occupy Gi cells in Gi ways. So, for Ni particles, there are Gi ways for each particle. Hence, the total number of ways in which Ni particles can be arranged in Gi cells is Gi into Gi into Gi into etc. n times is equal to Gi raised to Ni. The total number of particles is equal to n. From n particles, Ni particles for the ith energy state can be selected Nc Ni ways. So, the number of different ways for the first group is equal to NcNi into G1 raised to N1. Since we have arranged N1 particles, the remaining particles is N minus N1. So, for the second group, N2 particles are to be taken from N minus N1 particles, and the number of ways it can be arranged is N minus N1 Cn2 into G2 raised to N2, which is equal to N minus N1 factorial divided by N2 factorial into N minus N1 minus N2 into G2 raised to N2, and so on. The thermodynamic probability omega of distribution is equal to the total number of ways of distributing N1, N2, N3 etc. particles in the energy group epsilon 1, epsilon 2, epsilon 3 etc. Omega is equal to n factorial into G1 raised to N1 divided by N1 factorial into N minus N1 factorial into N minus N1 factorial into G2 raised to N2 divided by N2 factorial into N minus N1 minus N2 factorial into etc., which is equal to n factorial into G1 raised to N1 into G2 raised to N2 into G3 raised to N3 into etc. into Gi raised to Ni into etc., all divided by N1 factorial into N2 factorial into N3 factorial into etc. into Ni factorial into etc. Omega is equal to n factorial into product Gi raised to Ni divided by Ni factorial. Let it be equation number 3. Taking logarithm, log to the base e omega is equal to log to the base e n factorial plus summation over I log to the base e Gi raised to Ni minus log to the base e Ni factorial, which is equal to log to the base e n factorial plus summation over I Ni into log to the base e Gi minus log to the base e Ni factorial. Let it be equation number 4. According to Stirling's approximation, log to the base e x factorial is equal to x into log to the base e x minus x. So, log to the base e omega is equal to n into log to the base e n minus n plus summation over I Ni into log to the base e Gi minus Ni into log to the base e Ni plus Ni, which is equal to n into log to the base e n plus summation over I Ni into log to the base e Gi minus Ni into log to the base e Ni. Let it be equation number 5. Since summation Ni is equal to n. Differentiating equation 5, d of log to the base e omega is equal to summation over I dni log to the base e Gi minus dni log to the base e Ni minus Ni into 1 divided by Ni dni, which is equal to summation over I log to the base e Gi minus log to the base e Ni into dni minus summation over I dni, which is equal to summation over I log to the base e Gi minus log to the base e Ni dni. Since summation Ni is equal to n is a constant, summation dni is equal to 0. d of log to the base e omega minus summation over I log Gi divided by Ni into dni is equal to minus of summation over I log Ni divided by Gi into dni. Let it be equation number 6. The condition for the most probable distribution is d of omega is equal to 0. d of log to the base e omega is equal to 0. Let it be equation number 7. From equation 6 we have minus of summation over I log Ni divided by Gi into dni is equal to 0, or summation over I log Ni divided by Gi into dni is equal to 0. Let it be equation number 8. From equations 1 and 2 we have summation over I dni is equal to 0 as n is a constant. Let it be equation number 9. And summation over I epsilon I dni is equal to 0 as E is a constant. Let it be equation number 10. Applying the Lagrange method of undetermined multipliers, that is multiplying equation 9 by alpha and equation 10 by beta and adding the result to equation 8, we get summation log ni divided by gi plus alpha plus beta epsilon I into dni is equal to 0. Let it be equation number 11. But dni not equal to 0 as they are variable quantities. So, log to the base e ni divided by gi plus alpha plus beta epsilon I is equal to 0. Log to the base e ni divided by gi is equal to minus of alpha plus beta epsilon I. Ni divided by gi is equal to e raised to minus of alpha plus beta epsilon I. Ni is equal to gi divided by e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I. Let it be equation number 12. This is the equation for the most probable distribution according to Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. Let e raised to minus alpha is equal to a, another constant. Then ni is equal to a into gi divided by e raised to beta epsilon I is equal to a into gi e raised to minus beta epsilon I. Let it be equation number 13. Let me summarize this session. For each macroscopic state of a system of particles, there is a particular distribution which is more favored than any other type. For the given physical conditions like the number of particles, the total energy and the structure of each particle of the system, there is a most probable distribution. When this distribution is attained, the system is said to be in statistical equilibrium. Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution law is given by the equation ni is equal to 1 divided by e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I. The limitations of this method are that this method cannot be applied to a system of indistinguishable particles and cannot be applied to explain the properties of black body radiations. Another limitation is that the expression for entropy derived using this method does not satisfy the third law of thermodynamics. Now you can try to answer the questions given here. 1. Write the basic assumption of Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics and establish the necessary formula for it. 2. State and prove Boltzmann canonical distribution theorem. 3. How do you determine the values of the constant beta? 4. What is Boltzmann factor? 5. Explain probability and relative probability in Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution law. Hope that the listed books will be beneficial for your reference. First one, Statistical Thermodynamics, Fundamentals and Application by Laurenti, Normand M. 2005. Second one, Statistical Physics by Lande, LD 1980. Third one, Thermal Physics, second edition by Kittel, Charles, Herbert Kromer, 1980. Fourth one, Statistical Mechanics by Honk, Kersen. Thank you for watching this program. We can meet again with another topic. Till then, take care.